Now calling Stuart McMillan to be followed by Alex Johnson. 4 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to speak in this debate this afternoon. This is an important issue, not just for those of us within the Chamber, but also to the Scottish public looking at the wide extent of capital projects, from broadband improvements to NHS buildings, from schools to transport and infrastructure. As well as creating jobs in the economy just now, these projects are also creating a better, stronger infrastructure for Scotland's future, and they will be laying the foundations for long-term success. Turning to today's debate, now I note that the Conservative motion seems to accept the Scottish Government's figure of 1,400 jobs are created from every £100 million in capital investment. Now, if this is the case, then maybe the Scottish Conservatives could actually highlight this to the Chancellor of the Exchequer and encourage the Coalition to change their policies to supporting rather than attempting to hamper the economy. Also, maybe in accepting the Scottish Government's figures, Gavin Brown could confirm whether he, like David Mundell MP, believes that Scotland actually was extinguished after the Treaty of Union or not. It seems strange to be discussing the capital expenditure of a country which, in the eyes of the Tories, actually has been extinguished. It has ceased to be a country that is no more. Maybe they actually took their lines from Monty Python. It's one of these kind of strange situations, certainly once again from the Scottish Conservatives. Yet again, here we are discussing a Conservative motion on Scotland's capital projects, or North Britain's capital projects. This from a party not content with the double cross on their emblem. They are foisting the bedroom tax upon Scotland. Now, where actually will the one-bedroom properties come from before the 1st of April? Where is their capital plan for new public sector house building? And during the recent budget debate, we heard more rhetoric with little reasoning or suggestions of where the money would come from the Labour Party as to how to build the one-bedroom properties before the 1st of April. Today seems to highlight that the Tories are of the same mind. Better together, they say. The updated infrastructure investment plan demonstrates exactly how the Scottish Government has and will invest in capital projects that will benefit the communities across Scotland, despite the 26% cuts to the capital budget to the Scottish Government. In my own region of the West of Scotland, we already have seen various projects that have been delivered. The Renfrew and Barrhead health centres completed, the Paisley rail corridor improvements completed, as well as the launch of the first of two hybrid ferries at Ferguson's and Port Glasgow. These are just a couple of examples, just a few examples of investment already made by this Scottish Government. Infrastructure investment is fundamental to delivering sustainable economic growth, both supporting jobs through the construction phase and then, once in use, enabling businesses to grow. However, in looking at the role of the NPD model, it is important to remind ourselves of where we actually came from, of the disastrous PFI schemes initially developed by the Conservatives and taken to the extreme by Labour. In local government alone, PFI debts have reached the staggering figure of over £13 billion, more than the annual funding allocation to local councils. In Inverclyde, we see schools with a capital value of £80 million costing £312 million, while in neighbouring Renfrewshire, schools with a capital value of £110 million transformed to a debt of £538 million. Even Labour MPs, such as Margaret Hodge, are now realising their mistake, stating, "The irony is that we privatised the buildings but nationalised the debts. It's crazy." Now, I wonder if that sentiment is shared by the Tories' not-so-secret weapon in Scotland, the friends in the Scottish Labour Party, or a Scottish Labour too busy providing the human shield for the Tories and their determination to keep Scotland constrained within its powers. And judging by the intervention from John Swinney earlier on to Richard Baker, that certainly still seems to be the case. In conclusion, Presiding Officer, I'm conscious of the time, but certainly with the full powers of independence, with a yes vote in 2014, we can certainly do so much more. We don't have to rely upon the cuts and block grants coming from London, and I certainly hope that in 2014 the people of Scotland vote yes to make the infrastructure programme in Scotland a damn sight better than what it is now. Thank you.